a user model, then a post model, and a category model. Yeah, and these are the tables. Are there for post? These are for categories, and I think these are for users. So we just go to a terminal and then let's start our server. So our server is running on 1.2 localhost port 8000. So we can, so yeah, it's running. So we open here and then we can now migrate our tables. PHP artisan migrate. We're getting errors. So I think our database is not set. So we go to our .env and we create our database. So I don't know. Let me say dev backend. I don't know. Yeah. So then it can be anything. So I'm just gonna use anything. Of course, just any name at all. So yeah. So database is set. So you can use either PHP MySQL or Apache. If you have Apache set up on your thing, you can just run it and then you can just set up MySQL, create database, username and all that. So I'll leave the username as root, the same thing, and this any password you can even use 000 or anything you want. I'll just stick to this because this is what I use for tutorials. I use the same password for every tutorial. So that is it. So you save it and then you use any. So I'm using Tableplus. So this software is what I use to create all my databases. Since I don't have Apache and all that set up on my Mac, so I just go. So I've set up my local host, which is using my MySQL as a database. You understand? So you can create a new connection here. If you don't know how to create it, so you go to create a new connection. It's called Tableplus. You can download it for Windows and Mac. Then you choose the database you're using. So if you're using Postgres, so this one I'm using Postgres. So you can see. So I'm using MySQL here. So you just select MySQL and you go to create, and then you just name it. So maybe localhost, and then this is the address 127 blah blah blah, and the port is always 3306. It's already there. And you set your username and then your password, right? And the database name you are connecting, and that's all, you're done. So I've already done mine, so it's here. So I just go to my local host. So I go to my database and I create a database, and then the name of database was dev backend. So I just add it and I say okay. So dev backend is created. I open it, and for now we have no tables, right? That's good. So we come here and then we run this PHP artisan migrate. So we are going to migrate the tables that we created into our database, right? And then we are done. So we have the users table, all that table. So we go back here, we refresh, and then we can see we have all our tables done. Now there's no data inside, right? So we are going to work on getting data into our tables. All right, so we are done with the migration work. So when everything is working correctly, so we can now. So if yours didn't work, if you had some error, maybe you're using an old Laravel version, so you can go to providers, app service provider. They are going to add a schema thing. Let me see if I can find it and copy it. Yeah, found it here. So you can add this to your app service provider. You go to your boot function, you can add this schema thing, but you need to import schema. All right, let me see if VS Code has auto import. Oh, you don't have it, so let me just copy where the schema is. So you just go to the top and you import it. You need support for car schema. So that is, you are getting an error when you're migrating. So this is what you do. So once you're done, yeah, so we have everything working. I'm so happy we have everything working. So let's run some controllers, or before that we can set up what do we call it, we can set up we can see that data, we can create a dummy data into our database, and then we can see it. We can have a see data here that we can see it. So we can see, you can see here we have a dummy data here. So the name is going to use a faker name, the email is going to use a fake unique email and all that. So we have a way of doing it. So now, if everything is working, then yeah, we made it to this point. So in our next video, we are going to just, since our database is set up and it's working, it's good. In our next video, we are going to look at how we can create our controllers. We go to HTTP controllers, how we can now controller, how we can get all users, create a user, delete a user, get all the polls, delete a polls, add the polls, and all that stuff. So once we get that done, then we can create relationships to add all our relation between tables. So for now, I'll end it here. I don't want to make the video too long. In the next video, we look at how we can create our controllers and then see that data.